All right, two teams left undefeated, two teams left winless. Plus, we had two rookie quarterbacks make their starts yesterday in the NFL. A ton of takeaway, a ton of touchdowns scored. So let's look at the top 10 players going up on eBay in terms of their rookie card values. And let's look at some other major takeaways and implications from week 4 in the NFL. Let's dig in. Number 1 making the top 10 list every week so far is Brock Purdy. This guy is starting to climb into that Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes stratosphere. The 49ers are now one of only 2 teams left undefeated. Purdy was almost perfect once again, completing 20 of 21 passes for 283 yards, 13.5 yards per attempt with a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk was back. This game, he racked up 6 receptions for 148 yards. Some big bombs. All right, so Brock Purdy right off the bat, PSA 10 60-day trends here. We can see about a 50% increase. If I really pull up the chart, I can see on September 9th, right before the season started, that base prism PSA 10 was right under $100, and then it shot up to $171. It's kind of never looked back from there. You can see transactions from Saturday at $175. There's also a Black Prism PSA 10 sold yesterday for $180 and buy it now. His Prism Silver PSA 10 now up to $1,100 in auction. Well, $1,059 to be exact. That was an auction well timed. But let's look at the 2-month chart on that and look at where those were before the season started. $500, $550, right around that $550 mark. And they have now over doubled the raw optic hollow for Brock Purdy, $155 buy it now sold. That card has peaked for Joe Burrow in the past between $250 and $350. Right now, that's between $100 and $150 for Joe Burrow. For Jalen Hurts, that is just a $100 card. A couple sold transactions confirmed yesterday for Jalen Hurts optic hollow, PSA 9 for $81 and a raw for $95. Brock Purdy's largest sold transaction on game day was this National Treasures RPA out of 49 here. Some nice stitching in the patch. Of course, you got that on-card rookie auto and serial number out of 49 with the brand of National Treasures and that rookie card shield at the top right. That closed out for $8,100. You had this banger sell on Saturday in an auction for $16,000. It's a flawless RPA for Brock Purdy numbered out of 25. Well, check out this buy it now that sold on September 27th. Last Wednesday, National Treasures RPA out of 25. PSA 9 sold for $12 grand. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Now, of course, he had to be at number 2 with how well the 49ers are doing right now. This guy had 3 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown in this game, extending his streak of consecutive games with a score to 13. Some are saying this is the year for Christian McCaffrey to win the MVP. And at this rate, he's definitely going to get some solid votes. He's definitely a critical component to the 49ers and Brock Purdy's success. And you look at his base entry-level card, like a base Donruss here, closing an auction on Monday morning for $6.50, plus $5 shipping. Is a $10 card. But I look at stuff like this playoff red zone, non-serial numbered. We do have a PSA 10 grade here on this card. That's a $75 card. Very impressive sold transaction. So that leads you to that PSA market for Christian McCaffrey. And you can see that his base Donruss there, the rated rookie being more or less the flagship brand for him at 2017, the rookie product. You can see that card's at a trend of about $80. But we have confirmed transactions before the season around 46. August 29th, you might have a buy it now for $85.50, but most guys are sniping their deals in auctions. So you can see that auction there dip down to 46. But now we're getting auctions in that $89 one there last week. We had a $75 one Friday. He had a $200 listing on his base Prism PSA 10. Best offer accepted for $170. Compared that to his Green Prism PSA 10 auction on game day for $665. Also a rookie autograph on that. Ooh, his base Premier Select PSA 10 grade though, getting up to $87 yesterday game day. So you're seeing those almost $200 transactions on the Prism PSA 10. Go back before the season started. Here's an auction Saturday, September 2nd for $91. You have quite a few transactions here from August 26 for between 96, 110, 132. Last week, heading into this match, we had a Prism Gold Vinyl, serial numbered out of 5, PSA 10. It was listed for $3,000. Best offer accepted at $2,100. I think this seller sold themselves short, especially when you find this COMC listing of the same card. Different serial number, though, if you look at it closely. This one sold for $4,980 back before the season. I would think on a card this incredibly rare that $2,100 was too low as well. But someone could have been holding that for a while, take some nice cash and put it in their pocket. I want to focus on his rookie ticket auto market now. Some college ticket autos, non-serial numbers, selling for $90 on game day. Wow. Silver Prism, rookie ticket auto for $150. Man, people are very eager to pick up those rookie ticket autos, especially that college ticket. That's a very impressive transaction there. You have a blue Prism rookie ticket auto out of 25, sold for $300 in a buy it now, discounted from $400. That was just a day before the game, September 30th, $145. So if you were buying those CMC Silver Prism rookie ticket autos in the summer for around $132, it's apparent now you were getting quite the good deal. Now, real quick, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. My name is Andy, home of all your football card research and selling tips, and we help you make those laser-focused football card investments and parlay that fantasy football knowledge with the football card market. And exciting announcement, guys, we are now part of the Sports Card Network, so we've got a new website. And guys ask me all the time, Andy, how can I accelerate my learning curve? Well, now you can go premium right here. This is going to redirect you to patreon.com/footballcards. So if you're already a premium member, nothing to worry about. Nothing's going to change for you. I've had guys reach out and say, hey, Andy, where can I get baseball card rankings? Guys reach out to me and say, hey, Andy, where can I get basketball card ranking? What about hockey, F1, soccer, tennis, golf? Well, now you can find those at nooffseason.com because we all know there is no offseason. Now back to the action. Number 3, CJ Stroud. Man, this Texans offense, their offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick, drew up a perfect game plan, allowing rookie quarterback CJ Stroud and his young Houston offense to survive the Steelers' defense. Houston's offense did an excellent job at limiting opportunities for Pittsburgh's top-tier pass rush, as the Steelers didn't record a single sack in this game. Stroud went 16 for 30. For 306 yards and 2 touchdowns with no interceptions. This is important. Nico Collins factored in heavily, earning 9 targets that he was able to take for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. And look at those mosaic prisms from the newly released set. This is going to be pretty much his flagship rookie card that you can get your hands on. That has any commonality to it at all. This is going for $90, and this is a more uncommon parallel in that set. But look at the Donruss Elite here with the green disco, $35. Buy it now, sold. We're still looking at some Monday transactions like Cracked Ice Prism draft picks. You got some Bowman University. There is a ton of sold data for CJ Stroud in the past 24 hours, including this Panini Instant. These have a printed print run of $2,359 on the back. This one sold for $14 to buy it now. I think that person needs to raise their price a little bit. These Panini National cards still doing pretty well. This one's a purple parallel numbered out of 25, selling for $150. The base NFL debut, which if you've been watching this product, been ripped, if you've been watching our channel and you saw it ripped on Friday night, then you know that the base NFL debut from Mosaic is a heavily printed card. It's going to have the highest print run of any card in that set for rookies that are in there. And it's horizontally formatted, so that's been devalued a little bit. Typically, down the line, for elite quarterbacks even, this is still going to be just a $5 to $10 card. As you can see in this sold transaction yesterday for Trevor Lawrence, his base NFL debut going for just $2.25 with $4.75 shipping, painting you a much better picture of why the sold volume right now is so impressive on CJ Stroud. We have a red Mosaic Prism showing up for $125 sold. Ooh, somebody sold a big one today, the beautiful Mosaic Stained Glass. This is a case hit. This one closed raw in auction today, Monday, October 2nd, for $1,076. Authenticity guaranteed. As you can see here, if you've got one of your base photo variations from Mosaic, that card raw going for $30. Another very impressive transaction for a raw card. It's yet to be seen what the PSA 10 hit rate will be like on the set. Typically with a thick chrome stock finish, you have about a 50 to 60% hit rate. It's just yet to be seen if there's going to be a lot of centering and print defect issues, whether it be dimples or whether it be a lot of off-centering or print lines on the surface. The best way you can tell that CJ Stroud is going up is that by the fact that most of his best sales in the past 90 days in terms of highest sold price have happened this past week. And let's look at some of these game day transactions here. The Panini Instant Rookie Auto here from Stroud, PSA 9, listed at $3,500. Selling for $2,424 in a buy it now. That's game day. Now, if you go back to September 24th, a week prior, $730. Now, that card was raw, but it's still sealed by Panini. What about the Micro Mosaic, the brand new case hit out of Mosaic? This one, clearly very popular. More popular than that stained glass because this one closed for almost $2,000 auction. And then you had the Pink Swirl 10 out of 11, getting it up to $1,500. That White Sparkle, another very popular card. Number 4 is, of course, Nico Collins, stacked with CJ Stroud. He was the man. 9 targets. He was able to take for 168 yards and 2 scores. Check out this 2021 Select Signatures Tie-Dye Prism Auto out of 25. PSA 10, listed for $300. A lot of his biggest sales have happened over this past weekend. That ultimately closed for $170, but if I go back a little bit, we got a September 26th auction of that same card for $142.50. If I'm just focusing on his Silver Prism Rookie Ticket Auto, I find a sold transaction for September 22nd for $13.99. And yesterday, that same card sold for $40. Check out this limited NFL Shield Patch 1 of 1 that sold for $300 on game day. Another tie-dye out of 25, PSA 10, close to $200. Another tie-dye out of 25, PSA 10, close to $200. His raw optic gold, numbered out of 10 for $195. The red shimmer parallel. The red parallel for Houston Texans players is very popular. Number 5, Puka Nakua returning to the top 10 list once again. The rookie wide receiver sensation continued his hot start. He broke the record for the most receptions, 31 of players' first 4 NFL games. Nakua was heavily involved in the Rams' passing offense again this week with 10 targets for 9 receptions and 163 receiving yards on the day. Nakua also scored his first career touchdown in this game, doing so in overtime for a walk-off win over the Colts. And check out this gold Prism draft picks, 5 out of 5, sold for $900. Or this turn-of-the-century auto, 5 out of 10, $802 today, game day, for a wide receiver. Or, what you typically don't see people spend this much for Leaf rookie auto cards, but this one is a kaleidoscope. It's numbered 1 out of 1, so if you are targeting those, try to get them ultra rare 1 out of 1 style like this Puka here. This one was listed for $600 and the best offer was accepted at $400. Even the 1 out of 4 closed an auction yesterday for $157.50. Whereas that same card back in the summer, July 6th, was $11.50. So by that math, I guess maybe Puka should have been at number 1 again this week after starting the season off. But you just can't put him over Brock Purdy when Brock Purdy's a quarterback of the 4-0 49ers. And Cooper Kupp should be returning eventually. Honorable mention for Kyron Williams of the Rams offense because they have delivered in multiple ways this season, including Kyron Williams. Carried the ball 25 times for 103 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Now he has 6 rushing touchdowns on the season. We've seen his rookie ticket autos over double in value, but they're still flying off the shelves for those fairly low price points between $20, $25, $20, $30. His largest transaction since this game is this a cracked ice rookie ticket auto numbered out of 22 that was listed for $250. Ultimately closed for $150. But 1 week prior, we have a transaction on that card at around $100, and that's the vertically formatted one. Or September 18th, that same horizontal card closed an auction for $51. So that was a nice triple up there. Number 7 for me this week is Jared Goff and the entire Detroit Lions offense, where we're going to specify David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Some of those guys are going up at higher rates than others based on the card availability and the contributing performance. But look at Jared Goff prices across the board, and they just dominated the Green Bay Packers. The Packers put up a little bit of a fight in the second half, but the Lions had no trouble holding on and now sit atop the NFC North. Montgomery put up 3 rushing touchdowns in this game. Jared Goff threw an interception early, but he quickly got back on track and strung together 5 scoring drives through the rest of the first half. I'm looking at the 180-day total now, so now looking at the 6-month increases here of Jared Goff's graded rookie card market, whether it's the base donors, the optic, or the prism. The prism is now up to a $220 card. And you had a couple guys like Dak getting another win, but on the back of his defense putting up a couple touchdowns. And you look at his prism right around that 194, not nearly the increase you're seeing in Jared Goff, although on a good team. And then you look at Derrick Henry, who finally finds the end zone this season for his team yesterday. And his card is now lagging way behind after a slow start to his season here. 143 new trend for Derrick Henry. Then you can see that sold volume spike for David Montgomery, including this gold prism numbered out of 10, PSA 9. That was listed for $750. Sold on Saturday for $350. A 101 flawless sold yesterday on 9 bids for a DeMont rookie auto here. $199 in auction on Sunday when they played Thursday night. So some Thursday night transactions where this rookie pigskin commissioner 1 out of 1 for $300. The gold raw for $225. That is a gold prism rookie auto out of 10, $225. Yeah, it's a monster Sam Laporta transactions, including this mosaic rookie prism, non-serial numbered, $177.50 on that Thursday night game night. That was a card we looked at last week when he had a good game. That was closing for close to $100. So to see that almost double from there is why he's in this spot. You look at this 2023 plates and patches, 3-color gold auto out of 75. That's not gold, by the way. They kind of titled that wrong, but it is numbered out of 75. It is a rookie auto from Plates and Patches here, and it did sell for $150 and buy it now. Incredibly impressive for that scarcity. Another mosaic, buy it now, sold for $150. Compare that to some of this Jahmyr Gibbs sold data of his Showtime Signatures rookie mosaic, $92 September 29th. The red out of 99, marked down from 130. And then you look at the blue Showtime Signatures out of 75, was listed for 140. Best offer accepted, a little bit under that. Another one out of 75 that actually closed an auction that Thursday night for 160. And you had this monster college superfractor college ticket auto here for Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 1 out of 1. Sold yesterday on Sunday for, it was listed at $788. Best offer accepted at $450. His base rookie ticket autos closing before game night in that $75 to $65 range. So from week to week, nice little increase there as this Lions offense continues to ascend in the NFC. Number 8 is Bijan Robinson. He's still here because even though the Falcons lose and the Bucks, look like they're on top of the NFC South, I mean, this guy still ran for 105 yards and 5 first downs on 14 carries. His Disney Plus highlights are insane. Just 35 of those rushing yards came after contact. So he was doing most of his work in the open field. He added 5 catches for 32 yards and 2 first downs in the passing game to cap off another mightily productive day here, guys. Just making one-handed catches, making anybody juke out of their shoes. I mean, it's just crazy how good this guy is. So, as a result, you can see his sold transactions almost as close, as high as C.J. Stroud as a quarterback. That's phenomenal, especially when your team loses. And check this $750 sold case hit stained glass from Mosaic. You had his Prism Draft Picks Gold Auto out of 5. Signing Day Gold Black Prism here, $750. That's a college uniform. Rookie auto, guys. Yeah, his plates and patches, double Nike check. Sold, listed at $900. Best offer accepted. You had the Mosaic Gold Auto out of 10. It was listed for $2,100. Best offer accepted at $1,475. And to put things in comparison between him and the Sam Laporta you saw at around that 190 number, which was insanely impressive, the Bijan Robinson for that same card, as you can see here in an auction that closed on Saturday before he was juking all those guys out, $390. Number 9 comes from this Bills win over the Miami Dolphins. They showed they're still the top dog in the AFC East with a 48-20 win over the Dolphins. Josh Allen, stellar game at quarterback, avoiding costly mistakes that resulted in the team's only loss back in Week 1. Allen threw for more than 300 yards and an absurd 12.8 yards per attempt on his way to a perfect 158.3 passer rating. Allen had as many touchdown passes as incompletions, and for once this season, it was Miami's offense that took a back seat, and Stefon Diggs racking up much of that production, putting up 3 touchdowns, and you can see his retro out of 250. Cool looking card from 2015 Topps 1976 retro look. Does have a rookie auto and a serial number out of 250 PSA 9, $250 sold, believe it or not. So really impressive transaction there. Another black refractor out of 125 PSA 9, $150 in auction. So looking at some more of these lower tier, lesser desirable sets like rookies and stars, numbered out of 50. Rookie auto, $51. College ticket auto here, 8.5 from a strange looking grading company. We had this one go for 34. So just to see stuff like this, or even a Topps finest RPA refractor, horizontally formatted, but you do get the 1010 on the SGC slab there. That one goes for $225. Look at all this sold data, over $100, $200 for Stefon Diggs within the past 24 hours. That's why Stefon Diggs is up here. His sold volume is spiking. Surely this has as with the scarcity of 2015 product, Stefon Diggs not having that first round draft capital, you can see that some of these prices, like this PSA 10 rookie ticket auto, getting up to almost $200. Very solid, very, very solid. Definitely see those prices spiking if you were to go back earlier before the season and compare. If you look at Josh Allen, his prices are still so high. Of course, there's some new volume coming in. This is great for his stock, but his prices were so high, a lot of this success was already baked in. So when he started out Week 1 with the mistakes and the loss, this kind of set him back in a hole. Now he's climbing out of it. Ultimately, for Josh Allen, it's kind of like that Super Bowl or bust, especially when you compare. Look, Lamar Jackson had a very solid week this week, took care of the ball, gets to a win, right? They look great in the AFC North. So when I look at these two quarterbacks, it's great to compare them against one another. They're both playing very good right now in the NFL and the AFC. But look, Lamar Jackson is still just half, not even half, less than half of what the current Josh Allen values are across the board. $330 for a Josh Allen base Prism PSA 10 compared to $186 for Lamar. Now, of course, that's well above any of the 2020 guys at this point. But Lamar is his price ranges are kind of in that range compared to Josh Allen. He's in a totally different stratosphere, closer to that of Patrick Mahomes than he is to Josh Allen. You could even pull in Baker Mayfield and look at a guy who's leading a 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, also playing really good, taking care of the ball yesterday. The defense did play well, but at the same time, the Bucs come away with another win, and Baker has a high QB rating, 116.9, goes 25 of 32 with 3 touchdowns. We've got to monitor the injury status of Big Mike, but you pull him in, all of a sudden you see, holy cow, his base dominance rated rookie PSA 10 at $30. And so, God forbid you look at a Sam Darnold, that's going to be a $10 or $15 card. So just illustrating the top and bottom here of this 2018 draft class and where these guys are currently at. The higher they get, the more success is going to be baked into that price. So for them to continue going up from there when they're already twice, 3 times, 10 times as much as guys in that same draft class, then you've got to understand it's going to be very hard to realize a path of growth unless they go deep into the playoffs, deep into the MVP race, or to the Super Bowl. But all these guys get spotlights this week because they all played great, all had wins. Out of the 2020 class this week, it has to be Jalen Hurts. I mean, he absolutely went nuclear with A.J. Brown. They outlasted the Commanders in overtime. Very close game, 34-31. But they get to 4-0. They're undefeated. He had an efficient game as a passer. He went 25-37 for 319 yards and a pair of touchdowns to A.J. Brown. One of those, a 59-yard, beautiful touchdown pass. But if you look at the sole data of the past 30 days, there's a lot of quarterbacks that are ahead of him being purchased a lot more than Jalen Hurts. And, it's just he's lagging behind, man. People like to chase after these other quarterbacks before him. Maybe it's because he's more on the quieter side. You had a couple big solds for him yesterday on game day like this. 2 out of 10 PSA 9 that sold for $5,100 in auction. Or you had this Panini 1 rookie dual patch auto gold number 3 out of 10 that sold for, it was marked at $5,000 in the listing. Ultimately sold for $5,000. All right, guys, so it's time to talk about a couple of these rookie quarterbacks. Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Aiden O'Connell, they both kind of fell flat on their faces. Man, what a struggle. Aiden O'Connell throwing an interception, a game-sealing interception at the end. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who led some impressive performances in the preseason, went 19 of 36 for 121 yards and three picks, guys. Now, I do, in a positive spotlight, both of those guys are going to go down in value as their incumbent starters come back in. Jimmy Garoppolo just out for a concussion. Deshaun Watson out for a shoulder. Hopefully it doesn't keep him out too long, or the Saints could be in quite a bit of trouble there. Do want to positive spotlight on the usage for Michael Wilson on the Cardinals, who once again find a way to remain competitive. This Cardinals team is competitive. They may bring Kyler Murray back at the end of the season if they continue stringing some good games together, looking competitive like this. But Michael Wilson hauled in 7 for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was creating separation all afternoon, guys. You also heard my spotlight on Devon Achane. I think Devon Achane is probably here at your number 10 performance because he followed up last week's breakout performance, part of the 70-point performance, with another impressive outing because he finished with 101 rushing yards on just 8 carries. That's over 10 yards per carry. He scored twice in the process as well. He broke 4 tackles and had no end of success both before and after contact with the ball in his hands. He caught 3 of 4 targets, sent his way for another 19 yards and a touchdown. He looked incredible. And he's got a bunch of redemption mosaics out right now. That's the tough thing about pinpointing his market. There's a lot of redemptions, a lot of weird stuff selling because his supply is limited. So you got a lot of Leaf. You got a lot of the Chronicles. You got a lot of the Instants. This kind of stuff selling for A-Chain. AR. You could also put Anthony Richardson here in this number 10 spot. He's definitely an honorable mention. He comes back. He showcases his resilience, his athleticism. He is an impressive offensive weapon. I mean, they scored 23 unanswered points in the second half to force the overtime. So it was a very narrow loss. He also ran the ball 10 times for 56 yards and a score. He became the first quarterback in NFL history to score a rushing touchdown in each of his first 3 games. He also added 200 yards passing and 2 touchdowns on just 11 completions. And one more rookie spotlight here. Very limited rookie card product, but I'm definitely interested in buying. That's rookie wide receiver Trey Palmer for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Interesting guy to watch now that Mike Evans has a hamstring injury. He did have to leave this game. We'll have to monitor that situation closely as the Buccaneers have all of a sudden become very relevant in the NFC. And Palmer was able to snag 2 catches for 6 yards, but he played a lot of snaps. The usage is high, so we're going to talk about some more utilization and usage takeaways as the week goes on. And we're going to be trying to predict tomorrow's news today. So make sure you guys are subscribed. And like I said, we are part of the nooffseason.com sports card network. Check out our website, footballcardquest.com, for all of our additional resources, articles, podcasts. That'll have the link right there to go premium if you want to do that, so you can take advantage of all our other perks and bonuses, like our Keep 'em web app, like our Discord server, my weekly article that I write, my other bonus and backstage videos where I do deep dives for people on eBay store reviews, buying and selling tips, and then we also have a members-only Mailbag Thursday and an early week auction sniper. I hope to see you guys there. Peace.